sibilants. I gotta tell you, friends, I've got a hell of a setup over here. A little quiet. I can remedy that. Game audio quiet, me audio quiet, or both. Because I can... Music too loud compared to voice can fix. Now how are we talking? I look to be about where I want to be. And I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. I tell ya, yesterday was my travel day. And then I worked all day today. Got home. Well, home. I got to my home away from home. Well, Dolphin always needs to be louder. I'll give you a little. I'll bump that up a tiny bit. Why not? Look, even from what I can tell from my lovely little footage in the top corner of the Misero coast, it looks like our frame rate's not doing too bad. Once again, I'm pulling out all the stops for you, so you're looking at a delicious 720 vertical pixels. Scaled up, not at an integer scale, with a beautiful bilinear filter smeared all over it. So we are truly presenting the gameplay in the okayest possible format. Don't say I never do anything for you. I dragged a whole bunch of gear with me. It is truly the okayest. If I had my druthers, we'd either be playing in 480p with a beautiful CRT mask, or I'd be presenting this in I don't know, 1080p, honestly. What I've always said, 1080p, okay with me. .480i. Sailors say I. Because that's also fine too. If you got something to curb the flicker a little, you know. You know how interlaced gets. I'm vamping because it's not the hour yet. And I find a lot of joy in an opening monologue. As some of you may have observed during the Acts of the Blood God annual charity livestream for Trans Lifeline, the pixels are vibrating with excitement, and so am I, because we're about to get this started, gang. This is... I'm essentially calling this a test stream because I am using my away from home setup to best relay this footage to you through the twitch.tv video game streaming service. And my God, it's going okay. I don't know if this hotel in the middle of, not nowhere, a little bit nowhere. I don't know if it has better internet than I do at my real human home, but yeah, we're getting an okay frame rate over here. Look. First of all, hi Phaeton V. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you. I love you, and I'm in love with you. And if something happens, it happens. That's why I'm calling this a test stream. Okay? Because if something goes wrong, I can say, I had a feeling. It was a test. That said, assuming everything goes okay, we're gonna play some Final Fantasy the 11th tonight. And I'm gonna be hunched over my weird little table in my weird little hotel. I'm gonna develop neck problems. For you. Actually, what I might do, I'm gonna prop this, I'm gonna grab a book and prop this microphone up one more notch, I think. There we go. There. Am I back? Have I returned? Am I back? Please tell me I'm back. Oh God. Oh. Oh. Let me turn that gain down a little. Okay. Now, I just have to get one more thing working. And... Well, okay. Let me see if I can get it working better. One moment, please. And we'll just hop over here. I'll turn on that. And what if that worked and did the right thing for me? Wouldn't that be cool if this all worked? Oh, this is so close to being good and right. One moment. I'm very sorry if that was loud. That might have been loud for someone, and I apologize. Well, it's all truly fascinating. Let me tell you. For whatever reason, I no longer have game audio, but oh well. Let's just see. Even if it's a shorter stream tonight, let's try and make a little progress, shall we? Let's see. Vanquish plantoids. Okay, here we go. This is something. Gosh, if I could get... If I could get game audio back in my monitor, that would be something else, I think. Monitor output. Let me just give a little look-see in a setting. Monitoring device. Yeah. Oh well. And a lally-ho to you all. Thank you all for stopping by. I know this was a shorter notice. Again, this is mostly for the purposes of testing out my setup here away from home. And I can tell, at the very least, I need a new cable for this microphone. So that's something I've learned. Or maybe it needs to be a different microphone. Either way, here we are, back in Bastok, whatever you prefer. And hot damn, we made some pretty good progress last time. So, let's see. We do have our first nation mission. So, like I said last time, think of missions as our MSQ equivalent, and quests are side quests, but also, more importantly, where we find our records of eminence. So let's see what I had going on last time. Did I finish all of those trusts? Because those are real handy. Alter Ego Joachim. Let's go do that while we're here. Right, I should have the cipher. Right? Yes? Did I already... Perhaps I used the cipher already, and he's just waiting for a summoning. Yes, he is. Perfect. All right. How brisk is the early game experience these days? Comparatively brisk. I mean, I only got to level 5 during the last stream, but that was mostly because I was taking things real slow, explaining a lot as we go. You could easily be level 30 in a couple hours, if you so chose. The Records of Eminence system is really designed to railroad you through a lot of stuff that used to be pretty opaque and not have as many markers. Say, how long till you get to Juno? I mean, that depends on you. Those are the buttons you push. Just killed mod for level cap 75 and rolled my new character a week ago. Yeah, you can make a whole lot of progress, a whole lot of fast. Yeah, I mean, would I have also potentially enjoyed starting a new character and immediately running to Juno as soon as I possibly could? Yes, because I love making the first trip to Juno. It's exciting. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a good time. But yeah, it really doesn't take much. The investment is not as steep as a lot of people think. As a lot of my as a lot of my co-hosts over at Charlie and Dropout Studios, an Axe of the Blood God podcast would have you believe. I believe was Joachim our last Records of Eminence trust? Could have been. Yeah, looks like it. Great. What else could we be doing? I could level up a bit. Oh, what were some of the things I wanted to tell people about? Oh, okay. Your daily objectives. Start these. Start doing them. Just accept them. I mean, early on, you're probably not going to be able to heal for 500 plus HP, so maybe don't worry about that one too much. Even buff allies is one you can have on, but definitely vanquish multiple enemies is so easy. And your monthly objectives. So these ones are tricky, but once you can start doing them, you should start doing them. So this is the Gobby mystery box. Unfortunately, that is the you can only start doing those after 45 days. Chocobo races will also take a little while to get to. So monthly objectives, you get these two top ones, and these are sort of designed for people who aren't exactly at end game. These two are a little bit easier. These last two are usually going to be a little bit harder. But what you get from these is the deeds of heroism. Now, you can see here that, yes, we get, the sparks, experience, capacity points. But the deeds of heroism are why you want to have your monthlies on so that you can potentially passively or actively pursue them. Because your deeds of heroism are a currency that is cumulative. So you will find a list of things you can get from deeds of heroism. Why don't I go show you? That's a great idea. The other one I want to talk about is I guess do I not have any yet? I'm just going to mention it now because it will come up eventually. At some point, you will start getting copper vouchers. These are sometimes called copper AMAN vouchers, the AMAN. They do not explain themselves very well. Or at all, really. It's bad. They did a bad job. Because in the description for the copper vouchers, it says bring them to an AMAN NPC. That is not what you want to do. In fact, you want to bring them to your equivalent NPC like Isakoth. And you can just trade copper vouchers to this NPC, and they will hold on to them for you. That's something that doesn't get talked about enough. I know inventory and managing storage is a little tricky in FF11. There are a handful of NPCs, like the Ephemeral Moogle, like your Sparks NPC, who hold stuff for you. There's an NPC in Juno, in Port Juno. Port Juno? Yes, Port Juno, who will also hold on to all of your crests and seals and things, because you're going to find yourself inundated with crests and seals and whatnot. Also, much later on, you will get Rem's tails, which are very, very, very important items for upgrading your cool gear to make it very, very much cooler. all those Rem's tails can also be stored with an NPC. It's unintuitive, I know, but hold on to that stuff. So copper vouchers, for sure. You can trade to Isakoth, and are you going to tell me about it right now? Let's see. Exchange AMAN currencies. So, exchange for what? On hand. So if I were to give Isakoth a bunch of copper vouchers, it would say on hand however many copper vouchers I have given him. Then, if we look in our currencies tab, this is a ton of different currencies throughout the many expansions of FF11. These all have a ton of different applications. These do a bunch of different things. But at some point in time, you're gonna want some of these. Especially Bailed, Imperial Standing. You usually won't want to spend these on Sparks of Eminence, because Sparks of Eminence are easier to get anyway. Cruor, if you don't want to spend a bajillion hours grinding in Abyssia, and instead you just want to spend 1,000,000 hours grinding in Abyssia, you can ease the burden a little bit by exchanging some copper vouchers for Cruor. That's how you're going to get some of your job-specific gear, which is very, very cool if you either want it for glamour or if you intend on upgrading it later on to make it very, very good. Yes, this is all a bunch of cool stuff that you will want to have easy access to later on. So, copper vouchers. You'll find that you're getting a bunch of them, and it's not entirely clear what they're supposed to do. Again, because it says something about an AMAN NPC, and it's very bad at explaining what it is. But that it goes to your Sparks guy. So hold on to those. Let's see. What did I say I was gonna do? What did I decide I was gonna do? Ooh, Rhapsodies is tempting. Begin flames of prayer from any area adjoining a Mog house in one of the starting nations. Let's leave it for now. Let's just leave it for now. Nah. We could pursue that. How do I trigger that? No. What am I saying? We're gonna go. Sorry, this is the paralysis that comes with playing 11 sometimes. That's the danger of a horizontally designed game. Let's just do our Bastok mission. Why not? Like to Overseer Makarim's report from the Zarin mines. Okay. I bet we can find a report. Oh, I should also say that I do not have my controller with me right now. So not only is everything about my setup unoptimal, but everything about my setup is suboptimal. I bet the music sounds great, though. Ain't no such thing as a bad Final Fantasy XI tune. What did my computer just decide to do with that water texture? That was interesting. What do you think the regional accent from Bastok is like? Oh, I mean, okay. Here's something, and were we talking about this? Just how clear some of these character voices are. I mean, a lot of NPCs have really solid identities that I think is pretty amazing. Let's go grab some home points while we're here. Yes, sell that Acheron shield for Gil. That's the one you want. If you have spare sparks, again, don't go crazy with it because you do still want to hold on to some sparks, and you'll find yourself running out, especially early on when some of the rewards aren't huge and you can't clear out a ton of those quests at a time. But yes, if you got some sparks burning a hole in your pocket, go ahead, trade them for an Acheron shield, sell them for some Gil. Teleportation. So we've talked a little bit about home points. Yes, home points are super important. However, we do also have survival guides. Now, survival guides are these little floating books that are bobbing up and down. They are not to be confused with these other little books that are only slightly bobbing up and down. I don't know why they did that. It's confusing. But these bobbing up and down books, these survival guides also function the same as home points. Any one of these floating books you have interacted with out in the world will become a point that you can teleport to. Now, sometimes there are events going on where your Gil fee for teleporting will be waived. Note that home points are more likely to be in places like towns and cities and settlements, or sometimes right before a boss room at the end of a long dungeon. However, these survival guides are more likely to be found out in fields or in dungeons. So these are sort of, I mean, that makes sense, right? Survival guides. They're for braving the fields and the wilderness, etc. But yes, if you see one on your map, much like the home points, if you open up your map and you see a survival guide that is blinking, that means you have not collected it yet. So same thing with the home points. You can see these guys are flashing on my screen, means I have not interacted with them and activated them. There are a lot of different kinds of teleportation in this dang game. Some of them are intuitive, like home points. Some of them are not intuitive. On top of the survival guides and the home points, you'll also get the Geomagnetron, which is your teleportation device for Seekers of Adulin, which is the final expansion, debatably. Those sort of function like the Ethernet. In fact, if you make it to Adulin, you will see that it is constructed very much like a Final Fantasy XIV city. There's also the Unity warp system, which comes into play once you have joined a Unity. I think Unity Warp feels like cheating. The deal with the proto-whatever things. Good question. I don't know what you mean. There's the proto-geomagnetic things. Yes, all of this teleportation stuff was added much later. It's all stapled on to the game, which is kind of fun. You will also find that there's some weird gear out there that has a teleportation enchantment. We discussed how to use things like the experience rings and stuff like that in the last stream, and those work very much the same way. Every once in a while, I feel like they're the sort of items that especially come around during seasonal events. Oh yeah. Ooh, I don't have any maps. Ooh, I should get a map. And like I said, you should definitely prioritize getting a warp ring, which is maybe the most essential item in the game. I probably want to go back to markets, where my AMAN NPCs are. If it's anything like South Sandoria. Proto waypoints. Yes, I think someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the proto waypoints are part of the Seeker's teleport system. I think there's the one in Juno that is sort of your initial teleportation point. There's also some bespoke teleportation stuff for things like Abyssia. This is getting ahead of ourselves, but if you've seen the cavernous maws out in the world, there's two types of cavernous maws. There are the ones that are dormant, and those are associated with wings of the goddess. And then there are the ones that are very much awake, and those are associated with the Abyssia questline. Some of them are very much out in the middle of nowhere, which would normally be annoying, but there is, again, an NPC in Port Juno that will, for a price of Cruor, he will teleport you directly to any of the cavernous maws, Abyssia cavernous maws that you have interacted with before. There's gotta be someone who wants to sell me maps around here, right? H9, thank you. Now will you go kill some bees or something? Yes. Kareen. Again, don't be ashamed of using your wide scan. Kareen. There you are. Oh, I probably have very little money, huh? I do not have enough money. Okay, here we go. This is the Final Fantasy XI experience. Arriving at a place to realize you don't have the thing you needed for when you get to that place. Yeah, the Lower Juno BCNM guy, that one, like the Unity Warp, I want to get to home points. I want to feel that rush, you know? If I was on an alt or something, or no, even if I was on an alt, I do really like getting to home points on my own. Okay. Here we go. Acheron's Shield. That should get us enough for at least a few maps. The real FF11 experience is spending 4 hours horribly lost in the Den of Rancor, getting shanked by tonberries. It really is. I mean, we had a good time, I think. I got frustrated, but also whatever. I think Den of Rancor is maybe you're not just a normal merchant. You can't just sell me a thing. Let me talk to someone who I can sell to. Please, I'm begging you. Are any of you just a normal store? Oh, please. Please, God. Be a store. Shop's hours are 8 to 23. There we go. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I cannot wait for this login campaign. Chotomomo deserves that Archangel outfit. I'm going to be so happy for her. Okay. Zarin Mines. Good. Gosh, what else? I guess I can get some cheap stuff. This is all pretty rough. Well, I mean, I should grab a few of these. What are some places that I'm going to be going anyway? Grab these. These are no-brainers. Windurst. Yeah, that's good bang for my buck, right? Hell yeah. I also really like the login campaign rewards. I think they're pretty darn good. Yeah, I don't know. They've been good incentive for me. I like getting them. I mean, I'm gonna need Devoy eventually. Carpenter's Landing is pretty annoying. Gideus, I'll need. Castle Astroya is awful. I love looking at all these locations and just recoiling from some of these dungeons. Palbro Mines, I'll need, yeah. What have I got? What have I got money-wise? How am I doing? Oh, yeah, 15K. Okay. Let's grab a few more of these. Grab these cheap guys. I probably don't need Rampar's Tomb. I'll need Dangrif Wadi. Probably won't need Horototo, but whatever. They're cheap. Okay, I can come back when I've got some more Acheron shields. That's a good start. Okay. Back to Zarin Mines. Yeah, weird. My computer doesn't like that water for some reason. I don't know why. Even more than the login campaign rewards, I had a really good time. The last month was the first time they had rotated in the absolute virtue weapon rewards since I've been in a position where I could take on absolute virtue. And I got most of those weapons, and man, that felt cool. Popping all the stuff that you need to even get absolute virtue to spawn, I thought was really fun, and it's in maybe my favorite area in the game. It's just beautiful. Yeah, absolute virtue is iconic for many reasons. What I think is kind of funny is that the actual absolute virtue isn't even a unique enemy model. It's just a big version of one of the enemies that are around late Chains of Promathia area. But yes, it is the boss that no one could figure out how to beat. People would spend hours, if not days, trying to fight it. Not as bad as Pandemonium Warden, but I think that one got out of charming territory into, we're hurting people, and this is very, very bad press territory. Here we go, checking in with my survival guide. But Absolute Virtue I love because I can now say that I have defeated Absolute Virtue in both FF11 and FF14. And that makes me feel cool. And the weapons you get from him are very fun. Okay. Korloka Tunnel. We'll get there eventually. Okay. I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I just want to wander around. This will be sort of a boring part of the stream, but I don't know. I can probably answer any more questions, or consult the other experts in the chat, or tell stories. Uh-oh. Oh no. And that is why you should use the check function. Oh, have I not set a home point? I don't think I've ever seen what happens when you die before you set a home point. That's funny, dude. That's a goddamn riot. This can be my home point. I forgot what I'm doing equipment-wise. How are we? I've got all my just normal dude stuff, huh? Yeah. Oh well. I mean, I'm what, level 5, 7? Level 7. I don't know if it's worth spending sparks on anything, man. Didn't I grabbed something though, didn't I? I do actually have something. Wardrobe doublet, level 11. Oh, leather bandana. Yes. Of course. I'm a fool. Finally. Now I'm ready. Surely I can get a different dagger. Right. Yeah, here we go. Let's get the blind dagger. I think I talked about this last time, but I'm gonna show this in real time. Don't let your gear take up room in your inventory. Head on over to View House. You got Mog Wardrobe 1 and 2. That's what these were made for. Down here. Pop that baby in there. Then you go up to your equipment. Storage options, down to Mog Wardrobe. And then equip that. I can't remember if I think I described it last stream, but I don't think I actually showed it. Yeah, Red Mage has a few good weapon options. Choto Momo seems like a dagger girl to me. I'll get her a nice sword later on. Maybe if I can make it before the end of the month, the special weapons this month are those Shadow Lord swords. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of those. I'll at least do it with my main. I doubt Choto's gonna make it. I am a little sad that Choto missed out on the Sunbreeze Festival lock style options, because they sell some fun stuff, cute outfits. I want that Mumor magical girl transformation. Okay, Billa, you were saying you did this recently. I'm not above asking you to point me in the right direction. Yeah, I'm gonna play this the way Sakaguchi intended. I'm not going to look anything up. I will simply ask friends. I will communicate with the people around me. Left past those bats, huh? Oh no. I'm screwed. I gotta sneak past bats. And I don't even got no sneak powers? Ay, ay, ay. I should have picked up something, right? I bet I could pick up a something. Incredibly tough. These bats are incredibly tough. You probably like sound too. You're a bat, right? Nah, maybe not. Just look the other way. I love this game. I mean, I guess I could just go level up like a normal guy. Okay, there's one. One bat has been bypassed. And where are you going? Come on. Yeah. Do you think I can? Let's try it. Oh, yeah. Now we are talking. Well, that didn't get me where I wanted to be. Let's try this. Ay. What's your deal, buddy? What do you do? And you're just fine killing these guys? Smoke Breath. Terrible name. Okay. Where the heck do I want to be? I will say that one thing I do have here with me is, and I would show it on camera if I had camera on, but I do not have camera on. I hunted down in Japan the Final Fantasy XI Area Master's Guide. This is, I believe it is the 2010 or 2011 version. There was maybe 4 of these books published. The first Area Master's Guide is what the Brady Games Final Fantasy XI Atlas was based off of, though made less helpful for some reason. But this guide is incredible. I can read just enough katakana that location names are readable. It's not only does it have maps of every single area, and also it shows all the hidden areas that aren't shown on the in-game maps, but it also has just a simple quest list for all the missions, all the quests up until, I believe, the end of Abyssia. So Heroes of Abyssia. And like I say, I can read just enough Japanese that I am able to piece together mission objectives and things like that, which makes it very fun. I've turned it into a game where it's like I'm solving a puzzle just trying to read the guide, which for me is like the perfect balance of, okay, well, I don't want to just bang my head against the wall trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, but I also don't just want to get the answer from looking on BG Wiki or whatever. So I find that the Area Master's Guide is the perfect amount of information and challenge. Yes, worth noting, even if you don't have the in-game map, you do get coordinates in the bottom of the screen. You can see down by the time and the compass, we have I-9. So yes, even if you don't have a map, you can sort of piece together through context clues whereabouts you are on the blank map. How strong are these bats? I mean, maybe the solution is just go level up, Victor. Why are you so afraid of making the game a little easier for yourself? What's the deal with these worms? How tough are these worms? Oh, incredibly tough. Does not look like there's anything here for me. I'll die to a bat. I don't care. That's fine. If you want to catch me, go for it. I'll see if I can make my way through here. If I die, I'll just go level a bit. I ain't bothered. That's the thing about 11 for me. We're going to talk a little bit about my philosophy when it comes to games like this. I just like being here. I just like spending time in thoughtful digital space. I'm just going to try to fight this guy while I explain. I think, now there are parts of 11 that I think are, of course, absolutely designed to just waste your time and be incredibly difficult, and there's very little rhyme or reason. Verisimilitude is thrown out the window for the sake of obfuscation. But even with that, I think a good 75-80% of the spaces in FF11 are just places I love to be. And I feel that way quite often with 14 as well. I think 14 has some amazing places to be. However, the fact that so many of those places are instanced and are sort of sequestered off, 11 feels like a cohesive world in ways that 14 is afraid of doing. That's why I'm just never gonna not have a soft spot for ARR. There's something about being able to see adjacent landmarks of adjacent zones off in the distance that I think is incredibly beautiful. And when they stopped doing that, I think we lost a little something. I do also wish 11 had some more open areas with less cliff faces, and they just, crank up the draw distance a little bit more. We can take it. I find even places like, as much as I love Adulin, I wish some of those maps weren't afraid to be a little less maze-like and a little more like these places. Like I think the areas just outside the starting nations are gorgeous. I think they work so well. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. It is in on the joke. That is a place designed to just drive you bonkers. Gosh, these aren't. I'm gonna go. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I'm level 7. Where do I want to level at? Not that way. Boop. Playing 14 earlier. Honestly, just think I kind of just want to play 11 right now. Yeah, I mean, they both have their charms, and some of those charms are similar, and some of those charms are very different. I was thinking, because I've been trying to play a little bit more Abyssea stuff, and Abyssea is so much the prototype for Eureka. As much as Eureka is sort of a love letter to a lot of 11 stuff, it is profoundly Abyssea-esque. I think it was even Zell who mentioned that the fact that Abyssea has you collecting 3 rare drops from enemies to trade in for something is a very Eureka. And like, I don't know. I mentioned this in my my guided tour of Eureka Animos, which you can listen to by listening at the $5 level, or were those free? I don't remember anymore. But yeah, Eureka almost nails it with how you can see all the other regions from all the other regions, or at the very least, you can always see the Baldessian arsenal from wherever you are. It gives such a good sense of place. Now, if only you could access those places in a way that feels a little better than just selecting them off of a menu, it would be perfect. Also, for the love of God, next time they make a world map, just show me where Eureka is. I gotta know. Show me where Ridorana Cataract is. You're killing me. Oh, okay. This is something we can do. Why not? Let's, well, not Cavernous Maws. That's not what I'm doing. We'll go back. We'll just go. We're gonna wander around. We're gonna level up a little bit, and we're gonna get some survival guides. I have done Nyzul Isle. Well, I have tried doing Nyzul Isle and just been smoked by that final chariot. Which I will be talking about on my field studies episode all about Alzadal's legacy. That I promise is coming. It'll happen. I swear. Kind of just had to take a little time off the dropouts. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nyzul Isle is very fun. It's got the feeling of a little bit like honestly feels a little bit like a deep dungeon, you know. I like. Obviously, I've been prioritizing main story stuff for the last, well, whatever. I've been playing this game for 4 years. I can probably take some diversions. What are you gonna do? You gonna give me experience? Hey, that ain't nothing. I should probably have my... let's see what we got. Quest-wise, objective list, combat spoils, green earth crystals. Sure. Yeah. Region. We're in... Well, we will get to North Gustaberg. Well, I'll turn on Zeron Mines, too. Future me will thank me. Beat up some worms. Where'd that worm go? Where'd that worm? Groovy. And I could pop Leaping Lizzie. Something I've never done. Would probably be a fun experience. Okay. Level 9. Hell yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, everyone slow down. I'm getting stuff. Water crystal. Get out of here with them water crystals. We'll get this, yeah, I bet if we get this earth crystal quest done, that'll be a level. What are other things I wanted to talk about while I was doing boring stuff? crystals on lizards. Good, 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 good. Oh yeah, some of the arranged soundtracks are beautiful. I know there's you can also find I'm amazed how much footage they have of old FF11 fan fests, including it's so cute too. It's just like a simple stage, and there's some cosplay contests and stuff. But seeing Kumi Tanioka go up on stage and play piano arrangements of a bunch of songs, like, it's just wonderful. It's one of those things where, like, look, I'm not going to complain that Final Fantasy XIV has gotten so big and popular and whatever. I'm happy about that. I'd be a hypocrite if I wasn't. Because for the longest time, I tried getting people to play. But there is something so charming about these FF11 fan fests that I wish things were were that small and that simple still. Like the days when you could just go onto the FF14 forums and you could just ask lore questions, and Koji Fox would probably answer you. Because they were just glad people were engaging with the game. Night Spirus, thanks for hanging out. Hey, get back here. Hey, get back here. You running away from Choto Momo? Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was accomplishing. I still need some more earth crystals. Okay. Okay. Three more earth crystals. This should be easy. What sort of experience do I need to level up? 3,000. Okay. Well, you know what? This was a test night anyway. It wasn't even supposed to go on this long. Earth crystal, earth crystal. Sure, I'll take a little 500 experience. Not gonna say no. I should resummon my trusts too. That's something. So as you level up, your trusts, as they are summoned, are not going to just gain levels. So if you find yourself, if you've gained, 5 levels or whatever, it's probably a good idea to unsummon your trusts. Go find yourself a safe spot, return them to their Pokeballs, and then summon them again. Knight Oshada, thank you so much. Your input is appreciated immensely. And you get out of here. And you get out of here. Also, that's sort of one of those reasons why you don't want to... Don't spend your sparks every few levels. You're going to be leveling so quickly early on, especially if you've got some of these bonus rings, especially if you're using these trusts and using your records of eminence efficiently. You're going to be leveling up so much that it's going to be redundant real fast. What's my progress on Earth Crystals? Done. Done. Lovely. Oh yeah, I got my vanquished plantoids. Sure, let's go do that. While we're here, there's plantoids around. Might as well. And we'll just grab these guys as we're going to. This is good enough experience. Where's my plantoids at? Come here. Come here. What gear sets from 11 do you think they will use as the Dians versus the gear sets and Echoes of Vana'diel? Oh, okay. So here's my dream. Look, we know for Alliance raids, they do a few original designs, and then they like to mix and match pieces to sort of fill in gaps. They usually design like three unique sets of assets, and then they will mix and match. Or they'll double up and give you some different colorways or whatever. In my perfect world, we would get like each leg would be the three different sets of like artifact, Empyrean, and relic gear. And because relic gear is mostly just a palette swap of the artifact armor, I feel like it wouldn't be too much of an ask. Yes, you're making a lot of unique stuff, but come on. Oh, it would be nice. Oh, it would be incredible. Yeah, the Askar set. There's, yeah, I know there's some real good stuff. I know a few people over on the Discord have some strong feelings about what gear they would like to see. I just know. I mean, I've already got my. I've got my Scorpion harness and Strider boot glamour. I've got my Vermilion cloak, red mage set up for when I'm in Eureka. But yeah, there's some fun stuff. I mean, I love the artifact and relic and Empyrean stuff so much. I'm sorry, my capture card runs a little dark too. I'm looking at the stream now, and it's making Gustaberg look Abyssia-like. Thanks, Strom. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. I remember what I was doing. Right? We're leveling, getting survival guides. That's our whole deal. That's what we're doing tonight. I don't need to make much progress anywhere else. Again, this was sort of an impromptu test stream. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Again, this is only possible because we reached our goal in the Acts of the Blood God annual Trans Lifeline Charity stream. So, you all made this happen. And if you're tuning in and you're not over there already, our 11 and 14 communities have been popping off over on the Blood God and the Charlian Dropouts Discord. If you want access to that and to join in with our playthrough of FF11 over the next couple months, head on over to patreon.com/bloodgodpod. $1. $1 for that Discord access. You can hang out, work your way through FF11 with the rest of the crew. It's been real fun. Here we go. What's a reasonable... You know what? Yeah, let's just go for a little walk. Let's just fight some stuff as we go for a little walk. Make our way north. That sounds kick-ass to me. We'll just follow the trail. Worth every penny. Thanks, Billa. It's been lovely to have you around. You've really been a joy to have. I really mean it. Our community over there is kind of incredible. It's a really good bunch of people. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on the Discord. think maybe... I'm thinking like late October, early November, as we start sort of wrapping things up while we get around to 7.1. Probably gonna have some guests on the stream too. I know there's a lot of people who enjoy an opportunity to talk about 11. That's the thing about some of these trusts. Get out of my camera. Get out of there. Bothering me. Got too much going on, Shintaro. And of course, as we all know, we are in Gustaberg, surrounding Bastok, so this is music composed by the incredible Kumi Tanioka, also responsible for Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Ring of Fates, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time, and not Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles The Crystal Bearers. That was somebody else. Kronstadt Highlands. Gosh. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We're going to make our way over to the Crag of Dem. And then we're going to get... Oh, yeah, we're going to get up there. Let's get up to Valkurm. Why not? I'm going to save actual Valkurm Dunes for our next stream, an official one, so that I can sort of properly invite people. But that feels like a good place to end. And you know, what did I haven't even been paying attention. What did I get to? Level 13. Okay. All right. I feel okay about that. Oh, jeez. Wrong way. For a nice casual evening stream, getting 7 levels is not the sort of thing I would sneeze at. I can't speak for anyone else and their sneezing habits, but I feel good about that. Yeah, brother. Kronstadt Highlands, baby. Oh, I should have checked that. But, oh well. Destroyed. Absolutely crushed. Let's see. Good. I'm those in. I'll leave those. These aren't really worth the trouble, I don't think. Sorry. Though there are some things that require you to have cleared a certain number of Records of Eminence quests. I have a feeling I'll probably be able to clear those thresholds pretty easily. Oh yeah. Now we are talking. Also, I can't remember. I think maybe it was last month's campaign, but there was a heck of a good experience chain and capacity chain bonus, I think, last month. Made level and stuff real nice. Again, it's driving me crazy that I lost game audio, but oh well. Yeah, I think maybe before next stream I'm going to put together a little list of goals I would like to accomplish. I'm gonna make Chotomomo a little vision board, if you will. And of course, if you're just joining us, welcome to Accept 11, a Charlian Dropouts community FF11 playthrough. Thanks so much, Billa. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. You're a real one. Once again, over the course of the next few months, in the lead up to Final Fantasy XIV 7.1 patch with the Echoes of Vana'diel raid series, we're making our way through some FF11. Because it's a damn good game. And nobody seems to be saying it. So I am. And I'm forcing all my friends to play it too. And they're having a great time. Also, the Crags are great. Running into one of these things, thinking, now what the crap is that? I know we're all tired of Alligans. But what if the Alligans were also the ancients and a little more confusing? Finding some unexplained ancient ruins is always a treat. Kronstadt Highlands maybe the crag that I'm inclined to teleport to the least. I sort of default to Lathen Plateau. Where's all my Lathen Plateau heads? Boo, Kronstadt Highlands. Don't even get me started on Tarongi Canyon. You heard the man. Don't get him started on Tarongi Canyon. I kid. Tarongi Canyon. You're okay in my books. A full inventory. Delightful. I'm tired, homies. Gotta get to this survival guide, though. Oh, you know what? Kronstadt Highlands got that windmill, though. Looking good, windmill. I take it all back. What are we getting experience-wise? Oh, yeah. $350. Look at these windmills. Yeah. Now we're talking. Who are you? And, oh, hey, I was gonna leave you alone, 'cause I'm not about that goblin killing life. But I am not afraid to act out of self-defense. For 20 experience, blaze it. Incredibly tough. I ain't gonna fight that guy. Don't feel like it. Just gotta get to my survival guide. Don't start getting crazy, Chotomomo. Stick to your vision board. Manifest. Eyes on the prize. You're here for a reason. Find that book. Find that book, you precious little thing. Look at you go. I love you, Chotomomo. Okay. We have successfully made it to the far end. We are in the north of Kronstadt Highlands. We found our book. That means we're at the threshold of Valkyrim Dunes. That means next stream we're leveling like fiends. It's going to be great. Thank you all so much. This ended up being so much longer than I thought it was going to. I made some progress. We got some levels, unlocked a few little features, showed off some stuff. My God, I'm not afraid to say that this was a rousing success. If you would like to keep up with our schedule and with the community, again, head on over to our Discord. You can get access to that over at patreon.com/bloodgodpod. This has been episode 2 of the Charlie and Dropouts Community FF11 playthrough. It was delightful. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out in chat. Thank you, even the people who are just hanging out, listening. I see you, all of you, you viewers. Appreciate you, too. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you join us playing some Final Fantasy XI. It's a hell of a game. And you've been a hell of an audience. Thank you.